Could you tell me your thoughts on e-democracy and open government in a nutshell?
So e-democracy and open government, I think, are wonderful concepts. They are also organizing principles. When I think about e-government or e-democracy and open government, I think of them as things that we debate, but also things that we are charged with as academics, understanding and the complexity of these ideas. Then when I think of us as practitioners, I think about the challenge of executing on these principles, on these ideas, and creating public value. So principles and execution strategies, these are important ways of thinking about both e-democracy and open government.
What does open mean to you?
Again, openness is a principle, I think, but it's also a design characteristic. It's also a commitment that we're making to people, a set of expectations about being open. What does it mean to be open? And so when I think about the term open, I think about it and how it's being used. Mm-hmm. Is it being used to express an attitude? Is it being used to express a design principle or element of a system or a policy? And I think that, unfortunately, we don't often spend enough time thinking about the particular way a particular person or organization is using that term, and so I hope to see more of that.
Okay. Could you name a good practice in either e-democracy or open government?
Some of my favorite good practices in open government is the sharing of service data.
Okay.
So governments that collect service requests and then share that data about the nature of those requests, the frequency of those requests, how those requests have been responded to. I think that kind of data is very, very much illustration of a good open government strategy. Okay. Making that data available and then making it clear how citizens can use that data to understand their own service requests and their own service experiences.
And how about bad practice?
Bad practice. I've seen, unfortunately, a number of those as well. And I'll just use a very simple one, because you see it no matter whether it's a developed country or a developing country, and it is the presence of a feedback button on a website or on a mobile app that really has no back end, where there's no policies or procedures behind that feedback ask that actually communicates with the individual who provided feedback, nor any internal process that actually uses the feedback and then lets the provider of that feedback know. And so it's lip service, if you will, to this notion that I am engaging citizens through the provision of this feedback button. But it's actually, I think, doing a disservice to open government by not providing the back-end infrastructure to actually use the resource that they have collected.
Okay. And the last question, what will you be discussing at CEDEM 2025?
So CEDEM 2025 is 10 years away. Unfortunately, I think we'll still be discussing a number of the data issues associated with open government. I think we will still be talking about creating sophisticated data management infrastructures, as many of the organizations that we need to be active members of the open government ecosystem don't have that capability already. I think this problem is a very deep but a very important problem. I still think we'll be talking about attitudes towards open government and how are citizens and government leaders responding, engaging, advancing these ideas. So I hope that we're celebrating, and I think we will be doing some celebration, but we'll also be doing some problem solving and some model building still in 2025.
Thank you very much. I hope to see you at CEDEM 2025.
I hope you do as well, but I'll be on vacation.
Oh, no.